Hey guys, I hope you're hungry. Welcome back to Full Instance and War Stories. My name is Jericho, and I'm joined as always by the Iceman.
Heyo.
So, for today's War Story, we're going to be reviewing the Money in the Bank pay-per-view from 2 days ago at time of the time you're watching this. So, first of all, what are your impressions of the show in general?
I'm happier with wrestling than I have been in a really long time. After having seen that event.
I think the difference was they've been giving us matches that we've wanted to see for a while, but this was the first time that they actually took the plunge and let there be finishes that we wanted to see too. Which at the end of the day is really what is more important.
Yep, absolutely.
So just getting right into it, I didn't watch, you watched the pre-show, right?
I watched the second match on the pre-show, which was the Lucha Dragons and the Dudleys. Which was as exciting as it sounds.
Yeah, are they even feuding?
No.
Like, at least Golden Truth and Fabrice, at least they have a feud. But since before WrestleMania, the most well-built feud in WWE today. But
it's ridiculous. Like before Royal Rumble, this program has been.
Gosh, unbelievable. Even longer than Corbin and Ziggler.
Oh my god.
Which is already hideously overlong.
I just don't know why they're so mad at each other.
They're so angry. So yeah, the pre-show matches, I didn't really tune in for either of them. How was Lucha Dragons and Dudleys? It was boring.
I mean, when I say I watched it, I mean it was on my television and I was in the same room.
Right.
So honestly, I can't really tell you much about it. I mean, nothing personal against the guys. I just could not care less about the match.
Right, I got you. Okay, so the first match on the actual card was the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championships. And I thought it was a really good match. I've said on the show before that I'm a really big fan of tag team wrestling, and it's having another renaissance right now. There were 4 teams that none of them were just guys thrown together. They all had team names, they all had team moves and team finishers. They all were there to compete as a team. Like, I was very happy with that. That being said, though, this was the first time that I was like genuinely unhappy with the New Day winning. I think their act is getting really old. They've done really nothing to change it up since turning face. And their face characters are not really that different from their heel characters anyway. They're just fighting the bad guys. So, I was not really thrilled with the finish. I thought it being a Fatal 4 would be a good excuse to get the titles off of them without making them look bad. But now it seems that they're likely to keep it for another month or whatever it is to get the record.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the whole match was super entertaining, I thought too. But I was livid that the New Day won again. Like, who's gonna beat them? Like, who can?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's too much. I don't know. I'm way over it.
It's like whoever ends up pinning Lesnar clean.
Right.
Now,
yeah.
They're so built up. They've beaten every single team so many times. Yeah, I was shocked and unhappy. I guess they'll just do Club and New Day.
You did make a good point, because last night when we were talking about it, because New Day got the pin on Vaudevillains as a result of the Club's finisher.
Right.
So that protects the Club and Enzo and Cass. Vaudevillains out of the picture, and New Day wins.
Yeah.
So
true.
It was smart, at least from a long-term story plan. From that aspect, it still doesn't make me happy about it personally, but
right. At least it
made sense the way they did it.
So one other thing I would want to say about this match, I can't remember if I've ever talked about it on the show before, but I really hate that style of doing Fatal 4-Way tag team matches with 2 guys in the ring, but anybody can tag anybody. It just makes no sense to me. It's so just bizarre. Like, why would you ever? And they even showed people doing that. Like, they would tag people in other teams, like, just because they wanted to not be in the fight or something. I don't know. And there's no DQ anyway,
so you want to be in that match since it's one fall to the finish.
Right? Yeah, you can't win. And that's the other thing too. If you insist on doing it like that, then have teams get eliminated or something. Right. But it's no DQ anyway, so why don't 4 people fight? It just is just really, this makes no sense at all. I really don't like that one bit. But that being said, it was a really good match. All 4 teams did a good job. I like how they all kind of got a little bit of time to like, you know, kind of cut promos and establish their characters and stuff as they came out. So, but all in all, it was, and I thought it was a good choice to open with that too. That's what I would have done.
Mm-hmm.
So the next match was Corbin versus Ziggler for the millionth time, and I just, you mentioned while we were watching the show that that's probably the first time Ziggler's gotten boring chants in his matches.
Yeah, boring. Yeah, they were chanting boring just like almost at the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it continued throughout. Like they never won that crowd.
Nope. And like, I am so over it. I would think that it's finally done now because Corbin won again. Ziggler, I think he beat him on Raw or SmackDown, but Ziggler has not won a match of consequence in the feud.
Right.
So I would be surprised. Well, I was surprised to see it continue this far, but I would be surprised to see it continue any further. So at least there's that. But like, what's Corbin gonna do now? I don't think either person was built at all from this feud.
No. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words over this one. Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
We've already talked too much about it too.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing I will say for Corbin, though, I like his music and his presentation, his look, and I really like his finisher too. I do think he has like a good upside, as they say, but he needs to show it now because there's a lot of really good heels in the WWE.
Yeah. Yep.
And like we just said, you know, this feud has done him no favors in a long-term perspective. So the next match was the women's match. It was a tag match with Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch. And so what did you think of that?
Yeah, for being just a women's tag match with no, like with nothing on the line. Or,
Yeah, no stakes.
It was really good. It was a really good match. I was entertained by it. And we got Natalya turning heel at the end, which was phenomenal. I've always enjoyed her so much more as a heel.
Yeah, no question. A far better heel. And yeah, there's a lot of, because the women's division has just gotten to the point where the champion is a heel and then everybody else is a face just by default. And like, she has Dana Brooke and all, but now there's like actually some complexity. And I think it's good that Becky and Natalya will both have something else to do. And I would hope that now the path is finally clear for Sasha to step up and challenge Charlotte at SummerSlam.
I really hope so. It's absurd that they don't have anything for her to do.
She might be on Raw tonight. I don't know. She was in the little trailer or whatever you want to call it, the preview for Battleground. So hopefully that means something. And you mentioned that.
I'm really mad at her too. I'm not mad at her, but I got a bone to pick with her. All day on her Instagram, she kept posting pictures of herself in her ring gear saying, "Get ready for Money in the Banks."
And then did nothing.
And then nothing. Don't
That's weird. Yeah, don't tease.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Come on now.
that doesn't help anybody. That just makes your fans more upset.
Yeah. I can't stay mad at her, but
Still though, I do see your point. So we were both happy with Natalya's heel turn. And it's been a while, it seems, that since we've had like a big turn.
yeah, the women. Well, I guess they do. I don't know. Paige turns every other month, but
Right.
this one was like super surprising. I thought I wasn't expecting it.
I thought if anything, Becky would turn on Natalya because I feel like Becky is a much better heel too.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Like, she could have benefited from that as well. But she's a better face than Natalya is a face, in my opinion, so I think she'll be alright either way.
And maybe they're thinking super long term, and once Sasha is the face champion, they can have Natalya as her heel challenger once she's done with Charlotte.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that should be good too. Okay, so the next match was Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. Yeah. Like
The only thing that made this one better than Corbin and Ziggler is this match hasn't happened yet.
right. And
Or that it hadn't happened before, rather.
I thought that Crews was, of course, the right choice to win, but
Yes.
him winning in such a weak way was ridiculous.
Like a roll up.
Yeah,
Like really?
a
Like,
roll
I
up
don't
while Sheamus was distracted.
Why not have Sheamus win that way?
Yeah. And that way, when they move forward with the feud, Sheamus can be like, "Ha, I've already beaten you once," and then Apollo Crews has to earn the rematch and then beat him fair and
Yeah.
square and prove, okay, I'm the better man all along. But now, oh, you just got lucky. But I guess we'll go with it.
But who knows what story they're trying to tell?
If any.
Yeah. Hopefully it was more than just, well, these two guys need something to do.
So moving right along, we had AJ Styles and John Cena. And I thought that the match was worthy of the hype. I thought the match was really, really excellent. I liked the story they told that AJ was just faster and smarter and just had Cena's number. Just was ahead of him mentally.
Yeah. I mean, Andy had the club too.
But yeah, that's the thing. We knew there was no chance that AJ was just going to beat Cena clean, especially since they painted it so much as like a WWE versus everywhere else feud. Like, I'm honestly surprised Styles got a pin at all. But you got to believe that's the cleanest victory he'll ever get over John Cena, and that's a real shame. Like, I feel like it's going to be just like Owens, that now Cena will get his Owens and Rusev, where
Cena's going to get the next one easy. And then he'll get the big money. He'll win the big money match at SummerSlam too.
Yep.
Which is fine. At least Styles got one.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And Styles will be okay. It's not like it's not against an up and comer. Like, at least it's against someone who's pretty established.
True. One thing I really noticed in the match that I liked is it wasn't "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." It was "Let's go Cena, AJ Styles." Like that's
right?
the difference.
Yeah. It wasn't just about him.
Like even Rollins and Punk wouldn't always get that from the audience, but I don't think I heard Cena sucks at all. It was always just like you were either for AJ or for Cena.
Yep, I like it.
And I thought that they worked really well together too. I like there was one sequence toward the end of the match where AJ went for the phenomenal forearm. Cena caught him in the AA, and then AJ flipped him around into the calf crusher. It was just really smooth and well done.
Cena always does well against guys like Styles. He would never be able to do a match like that against someone who doesn't have that style.
Right.
But his style meshes really well with the indie way. You know what I mean?
And I think he also knows that he really has to step up his game. That people already think like, oh, you know, AJ Styles is one of the greatest wrestlers to ever live, and Cena is okay. Right. Like he already had something to prove.
Yeah, I liked it. Good stuff all around.
So you didn't mind the finish?
No, I mean, yeah, that's really the most I could have hoped for. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in any way.
That's true. One thing that I don't like is like it seems like they're sort of trying to paint the picture that AJ didn't know. Like what happened because he was knocked out too, but the club pulled him on top of Cena. Like, how did AJ think he went into the cover?
Right. Yeah. I mean.
So just a small change of him. I was saying just a small change of him being the one that crawled into the cover, I think would have made a big difference. But I mean, what?
Right. I don't know. I think he'll be. I mean, he should be okay with it.
He is, you know, a heel now, so it shouldn't really matter. Just haha.
Right. But yeah, you are right. They did make. He had no idea.
Okay, so the next match was the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I thought, first of all, WWE has got to know that we're done with Corbin and Ziggler. Put Corbin and Ziggler here so we have time to relax. I think I didn't enjoy Money in the Bank as much because I was still coming down from Styles and Cena.
Right. Yeah, they put them right after one another. That was weird placement. Like they put a lot of the non-consequential matches like at the beginning.
Right.
Like sprinkled the Divas tag and the even the US. Well, I guess they did do it with the US title, but like Sheamus and I can't think of his name now. I'm sorry.
Apollo Crews.
Uhaa Nation.
Yeah, Uhaa Nation.
Put those in between all the big matches.
Uhaa Nation sounds like a podcast. Welcome back to Uhaa Nation.
I hope it is one day.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. But besides that small gripe, I thought that the Money in the Bank match was really, really good, but not as good as I thought it could have been. There's 6 really, really, really talented wrestlers, 6 of the best in-ring in the world right now, and it was kind of mediocre. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was more than.
Yeah, mediocre is too strict.
But... What's that?
I said mediocre is a little bit too harsh.
I mean that's okay. You feel how you feel. I enjoyed it a little bit more than that.
Yeah. I do think that they put a lot of their eggs into the basket of having the spot near the end with the ladder bridge.
Oh yeah.
Which was cool, but like I don't know, it didn't really do a whole lot for me.
I like when they build structures.
Yeah, contraptions, gizmos, and gadgets.
Yeah.
And I'll get more into this later, but so of course Ambrose wins and cashes in that very night, and okay, like I said, we'll get into that later. But I really wish Owens, Cesaro, or Zayn could have won.
Me too. I had actually said Ambrose is gonna win like a few months ago, not even knowing he was gonna be in the match.
Right.
But I certainly didn't want that to happen. I wanted. I don't know who I would have wanted the most. I was thinking about that all throughout the match because I would have been super happy with Owens or Zayn or Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super happy with Ambrose. I'm not disappointed, but I don't think he would have been the most I look forward to. Or
right.
Wanted to win, you know.
I think the thing that would put Owens over for me, besides that he's like my favorite right now, is just that it just is so tailor-made for heels and his character specifically.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe he'll win it next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think he has a long career in the WWE ahead of him, I would hope so.
I think, yeah, you know what? Thinking about Owens, I feel like he could have benefited the most from it, too, because Ambrose is pretty much already a main eventer.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho, obviously, and Del Rio, in a lot of ways, too, are established main eventers as well.
Right.
Owens is like right there, but just needs a little, just an extra, just one more little oomph.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what Money in the Bank should be.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm still super happy with Ambrose, and like I said, we'll kind of get into my other thoughts about that as we talk about the main event. But before that, we had Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. I really like Titus O'Neil. I think he has a lot of upside, a lot of really good things about him, a lot that he can bring to. Greedo is so good. Why is Greedo so good?
Comical.
It's ridiculous, but I don't know. I think that we just saw the highest he'll ever get in his career. It's tapping on pay-per-view.
I don't like Titus O'Neil really at all, outside of being in the primetime players. Which, why aren't they together anymore?
Yeah.
But like, poor him. Like, what was even the point of putting him in the match then? Like, that was like probably 5 minutes long, and
basically a squash, and tap it out in front of his children on Father's Day. Like, I honestly wonder if it's just more punishment for the incident with him and Vince McMahon.
Right? Yeah.
I really do think so. But yeah, I don't know. Really sad, because I do think that he could be something special. But now I don't think it'll ever happen for him. He should start making his TNA plans or whatever. So happy to see Rusev win, of course, and I love that he has a U.S. champ on his tights now.
Oh yeah, it said U.S. champ.
He's the best.
Like, what a jerk!
I love him so much. So the main event was Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, and I thought it was an excellent match. Probably the best match on the show. Either that or the tag titles, in my opinion.
Definitely. And I'll go main event because I was more invested even than I was in the tag match.
Yep. Yeah. True. I thought that it makes more sense now looking back. But I thought that Reigns was totally acting like a heel the entire time. His mannerisms
he was working as the heel in that match for sure. In fact, he kind of was the only one who cheated.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
He's the one who threw Rollins outside and tried to put him through a table, and then tried to spear him through the wall.
Yep.
But Rollins just won the match fair and square.
Mm-hmm.
He clean, didn't do any of that.
That counter of the spear into the pedigree was nuts.
Oh.
Rollins is so good.
He is so good.
And I love the they called it the Falcon's Arrow, the superplex, and then immediately a suplex.
Yeah.
It's such a cool move, and he's little. He looks like he's not that strong, but like he just pulls it off so well. Rollins is, I think, easily the best in ring in the WWE right now. Like, just so from start to finish, like such a good performer. So Rollins wins cleanly, which was a huge shock to me. I wrote in my little notes, that's got to be the most surprising finish to a WWE match since, I don't even know. I can't, like,
since Owens beat Cena.
Yep, that's right. And that was a year ago, right?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Reigns don't job to people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm super happy surprised because Rollins is, like, you know, one of my favorites, and I don't like Reigns, but I'm really surprised they took the title off of Reigns this fast.
Yeah, me too. I think we've said it before, but this has got to be finally his real heel turn. It's him losing his mind.
Yes.
That
because he said he's not, as long as he's got this, I'm the guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. Like, he doesn't have it now. What's he gonna do?
Yep. And like the way he was acting in the match, and I think like Ambrose being the one that has the championship now is going to be really just like drives him over the edge. That like after all of this, you just stole it away from me, and now I don't even get a fair rematch.
Right. What are they gonna do? Certainly they'll save the Shield triple threat for SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Maybe. Yeah, there's no way they do that at Battleground unless they do it twice. Like they do it at Battleground and it's some kind of flop, and then do it again at SummerSlam. But they may as well save the first time ever for SummerSlam. So that's a really good question. Maybe they won't defend the championship. Maybe they'll have like each of them pick each other's opponents or something, like some kind of prelude to it. But that's the point I wanted to make about Money in the Bank is they did not need Ambrose to win Money in the Bank and cash it in to build this situation, especially since you already had the Battleground pay-per-view in between.
Yeah, I probably, if I was telling this story that they're trying to tell, I would have had Rollins win and then win the rematch at Battleground, and then Ambrose cashes in.
At least,
like, maybe Rollins wins the rematch, like, underhandedly, just so that Reigns has a reason to get another match.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ambrose cashes in.
Or just don't have Ambrose win it at all, because it's what the fans want anyway. Just have him beat them. Just have them beat.
That's true. They really didn't need the Money in the Bank. Literally did not need the Money in the Bank at all to make it that, because they already have the history as the Shield.
And as much as I mean, Dean Ambrose is the WWE champion. It's awesome. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. He's always been, you know, a really, really good wrestler. I'm happy to see him, you know, at the top of the company. But it feels like Money in the Bank is wasted. Like, now he cashed in one night. We don't get the excitement of having somebody holding it. It's gone for a whole year.
Oh, yeah. It was different when there were two.
Mm-hmm.
You get away with that. But now, yeah, we don't have Money in the Bank carrier for a year.
And, like, it's not, you know, like I said, the outcome is good enough that, you know, whatever, it's okay, but it's disappointing.
Yeah.
But, you know, that being said, yeah, I thought it was a really strong pay-per-view. Probably the one I've been happiest with this year, I would think. This calendar year, at least.
Yeah. I think so.
Because, like, I mean, it started with the Royal Rumble. Like, everyone had just such a sense of predictability and inevitability that it just wasn't, you know, such a joy to watch. But We actually had surprises. We had crazy stuff happening, and I'm of course, you know, like beside myself that they're finally going to do the Shield triple threat. So all, definitely.
That is what they're gonna really do.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly it's what it's gonna be, but you never know.
All right, they could always do something stupid. Put Randy Orton in it again.
Oh, WWE.
Oh, WWE. All right, so unless you have some closing thoughts.
Why doesn't the New Day call Booty-O's Booty Pebbles?
No, that's
This is the only question I have left.
it's the question. So
that's really what I thought the crowd was saying, like during their when they're like, it's gonna be booty, and then they let the crowd finish it, and they said O's, but it sounded like Pebbles. I was
Pebbles.
Like, oh,
that's much cleverer. So with that on our minds and Booty Pebbles on our lips, we will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Full Instance channel so you can see war stories like this every Tuesday and Thursday. But there's something for you every single day here on the Full Instance channel. Thank you as always to the Iceman for joining me. And we will see you guys soon. Make sure you eat your Booty Pebbles. I don't know about you guys, but we're full.